It's not every day that you hear about a giant tortoise and a baby hippo being best friends. Despite meeting under difficult circumstances, the two have formed a strong bond that has helped them both to thrive. The baby hippo, in particular, would not have survived without the guidance and care of the tortoise, who has acted as a kind of adoptive mother. The two first met in 2004 when a tsunami struck Southeast Asia, causing widespread devastation among both people and animals. The story of Owen and MZ began when a young hippo, Owen, was swept away from a river and into the Indian Ocean. Thankfully, he was rescued by wildlife rangers. However, due to his small size when he was first found, the story began with a challenging start. When Owen, a baby hippo, was found by wildlife rescuers, he was in critical condition and his survival was uncertain. He was promptly given medical care and then transported to Haller Park, a wildlife sanctuary in Kenya. Once he had recovered and was deemed well enough, he was placed in an enclosure where he met his unlikely friend, an elderbred giant tortoise named Mnzi, which means old man in Swahili, was also living in the enclosure at Haller Park. Being over a century old, Mnzi was quite an elder. Owen, the young hippo, immediately ran towards Mnzi, but the old tortoise wasn't too keen on the idea and turned his head away. But Owen did not give up and didn't back off. This friendship was just starting. Like all the young animals, Owen was quite persistent and followed his new friend around the park, even into the pool. Eventually, Mnzi warmed up to the little hippo and the two became inseparable friends. The staff at the park observed Owen affectionately licking and nuzzling Mnzi as if he were his own mother. Workers at the park noticed that Mnzi had resemblance in shape and coloration to an adult hippopotamus, and one of the ecologists suggested that this could be why Owen feels so comfortable with him. Paula Kahumbu, an ecologist who observed the unusual friendship, said that it was incredible to see how content Mnzi was with taking on the role of a mother figure to Owen. Paula Kahumbu, the ecologist, further explained that Owen, the hippo, was traumatized after he lost his mother and was swept away. He was searching for something to take on a maternal role in his life, which led him to form an attachment to Mnzi the tortoise. According to her, the two animals swim, eat, and sleep together and have formed a strong bond beyond just that. Paula Kahumbu also observed that typically young hippos stay with their mothers for 4 years, but as Owen was orphaned at only 1 year old, he began to mimic that behavior with Mnzi. She noted that Owen follows the old tortoise just as a young hippo would its mother. Also, when someone come close to Mnzi, Owen would become protective, just as if he was protecting his biological mother. The unlikely friendship between the baby hippo and the century-old tortoise caught the attention of many people around the world, including father and daughter Du Craig and Isabel Hatkoff. Along with ecologist Paul Kahumbu, they chronicled their story in a book about their adorable bond. The Hatkoff went on to release a second book, delving deeper into the depth of the friendship between the two animals.
Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story.
The book provides an insight into the everyday life of Owen and Mnzi, how they sleep, play, and live together. It also describes how the two formed a new language, communicating with each other by pushing, nodding, and making various sounds. Craig Hatkoff stated that this true story, which is hard to believe, teaches many valuable lessons. To further share the story of Owen and Mnzi, Craig Hatkoff also created a website dedicated to the best friends that offers children a set of online resources and activities. Because Owen learned much of his behavior from Mnzi, he didn't initially know how to act like a hippo. Staff at the park closely observed his actions and noticed that he was mimicking more of the tortoise's behavior. Owen was observed to be eating mostly tortoise-like foods such as leaves and carrots instead of grass, which would be a normal diet for hippos. Additionally, he sleeps at night, another behavior that is atypical for hippos. Even more, when he hears the calls of other hippos, he doesn't respond to them, as he has formed an attachment to Mnzi, seeing him as a surrogate mother. Even though tortoises are known to be less social or affectionate animals, according to ecologist Paula Kahumbu, Mnzi broke the mold. He was observed following Owen all around the park, enjoying walks with him and even playing in the water together. It seems that through his bond with Owen, Mnzi has learned to show love and affection. Mnzi was even seen stretching out his neck for Owen to lick him. they spent close to 3 years together. However, as Owen grew, it became clear that Mzi's safety had to be taken into account due to the hippo's growth potential to reach 3 to 4 tons. Palakahambu explained that the young and playful Owen would grow to be a large adult hippopotamus, and Mzi's safety had to be taken into consideration. As Mzi was quite old and unable to keep up with the growing calf, it was feared that Owen's playful behavior could accidentally harm Mzi. To ensure their safety, staff at the sanctuary made the difficult decision for Owen to let go of his strong bond with Mzi and form relationships with animals more his own size. They introduced him to a young female hippo named Cleo. Gradually, Cleo replaced Mzi in Owen's life, and the two became inseparable. Mzi, in turn, went back to living a peaceful life of a solitary tortoise. While Owen learned how to behave like a typical hippo from Cleo, it's hard not to wonder if he ever longed to play with his first friend, Mzi.